That's coming up in about 15 minutes.
Well, imagine being forced off an airplane, handcuffed, then strip searched. One local woman says that is exactly what happened to her on a flight into Detroit Metro, and now she's suing the government and the airline. 13 ABC's Christina Williams sat down with her for an exclusive one-on-one interview.
Shoshana Hebshi lives in Sylvania and claims she was a victim of racial profiling when she was pulled off of a plane. Hebshi says what started out as a normal trip to the airport ended in something that changed her views on national security and the approach they're using to keep passengers safe. 9/11/2011, the 10-year anniversary of the attack on America. Shoshana Hebshi was flying home after visiting family in California. She boarded, had a layover in Denver, and then landed in Detroit. But she never made it to the gate. When the plane landed, it started moving away from the airport. So Hebshi started tweeting about seeing police on the tarmac with large guns. Moments later, armed agents stormed the Frontier Airlines plane, ordering Hebshi and 2 other men in a row to get up.
They handcuffed us and shoved us off the plane, down the stairs, got us onto the cars, spread out, so they could pat us down, asked me if I had any explosives in me.
Hebshi says she was seated the entire flight and had no idea what was going on. One moment she was landing and then locked up in a holding cell. But what happened next is something Hebshi will never forget.
Here I was in this really gross, dirty cell, handcuffed, clueless as to what was going on, what was going to happen to me, how long would I be held there, and now I was going to get strip searched. And I just was so completely shocked and scared and disgusted.
The airline says the 2 men sitting next to Hebshi were acting suspicious, using the bathroom multiple times.
Apparently they had just gotten up to go to the bathroom a couple of times, stayed in there longer than appropriate, whatever that means.
But Hebshi believes they were all targeted because of the color of their skin.
Did they think you were a terrorist?
They must have had reason to suspect. Why else pull out, F-16 fighter pilots to trail the plane and have, umpteen numbers of agents and police. I mean, it was the whole 9 yards. It was really over the top.
After hours of questioning, all 3 were let go. Hebshi had her bags checked, made it through security, even landed at her final destination before being pulled off the plane. So was this a case of protecting passengers, or did national security go too far?
There's definitely something out of balance. I mean, I'm not a security expert, and I just know that what happened to me was not right. And it was humiliating and scary, and nobody should have to go through that.
Hebshi wants to make sure it doesn't happen again. She's suing the FBI, TSA, Frontier Airlines, and multiple other agencies for ethnic discrimination and a violation of her rights. The case is pending in Detroit District Court. We contacted the airline and the government for their side of the story, but we were told they will not comment on pending litigation. Christina Williams, 13 ABC, Action News.
Still to come on Action News.